G'day mate and welcome to Oxygen Included with me, JD. Today we're going to cover some advanced digging techniques. I have Marie, Travolta and Harold here to help me today. They all have the exact same skills, so no duplicate is any better than the other duplicates, except they have three different types of dig setup. So Marie is digging through igneous rock using a igneous rock ladder. Travolta is digging through copper, making a ladder out of igneous rock. And Harold's doing the serpentine dig method. Now, they all have a firmness of 25, so there's no cheating there. But Harold, as you can see, is building without ladders. He's jumping back and forth, up and down, to get him through his dig orders as fast as possible. Travolta up here, because his ladder is made out of not a localized material, he's going to have to keep coming back up to the top to grab more igneous rock. Marie, on the other hand, because she's actually digging through igneous rock, she's going to have a fairly large pile of igneous rock here at the bottom, 8.8 tons and counting. So she should be able to dig straight down and just keep digging straight down. As you can see, of the three digging methods, like Marie is going to slowly pull ahead. We'll leave them running for a little while. But meanwhile, Harold over here is absolutely flying through. In fact, he's digging faster than his oxygen can catch up by a long way. So it is something you need to keep in mind. Gases move very, very slowly through a one-tile gap. And in the case of having all these curves, the gases move even slower. So this is terribly, terribly bad for getting oxygen throughput. But at the speed Harold's digging, it really doesn't matter. Marie, as you can see, is slowly pulling ahead of Travolta. If this was a longer dig, we could see that there'd be a much bigger difference. And in Harold's case, he has almost finished digging all the way down. I'll just show you how to build one of these really, really quickly. So you want to dig up 2 tiles. And you want to keep having these sets of 3. So we want to have a set of 3, a set of 3, another set of 3, another set of 3. And I just go through here and I just cancel all the digs that I don't want. And we end up, as I said, with this serpentine dig method. So, as you can see, Marie is slowly pulling ahead. She is limited a little bit on oxygen. Travolta is doing an alright job of keeping up. Obviously, if I had higher oxygen pressure here and I could force the oxygen down the chamber, I'd be doing a lot better. And meanwhile, Harold is absolutely flying through. He's even stopped and had a lunch break. So yeah, really, really big difference in the speed of the 3 digging methods. The next one I actually want to show off, and I'll put in a cut here and I'll take you across. Now you might say, JD, that's great. That's great if you're digging down. All Marie's materials are going to fall down her well with her ladder, and that's going to let her dig up down very, very quickly. But what happens if we want to dig up? Well, in the case of Harold's case, he's going to have to build a ladder to start with. Then he's got his serpentine method, so he's going to be pretty much unchanged. In the case of both Marie and Travolta, what I've actually done is I've opened up their passage just a little bit to have oxygen flow up a little bit better. And what we're actually going to do with Marie is we're going to cancel every 4th tile. It's entirely up to you which tiles you want to cancel. Generally, people cancel every 4th because generally their rooms are 4 tiles high. But we're going to set these guys to run as fast as possible and start them up. And of course, Harold builds things in the wrong order, but that's how Harold is. We'll just accept that about Harold. And we'll get them started. And what Marie's going to do is she's going to leave these extra blocks in, which means slightly less digging. We can even, in Harold's case, to keep everything even, cancel the exact same tiles. But it does mean that Marie's going to keep leaving these tiles here, which is going to have the igneous rock stacked up on those tiles. So as we can see, we're up to 900 kilos. As she keeps going up, it's going to drop to the exact same tile, which is 1600 kilos. She just picked up material from there to build her next ladder segment. In Travolta's case, he's going to have to keep running down here to grab more igneous rock to then build his ladder up. So it is something to keep in mind. Oh, I've got Harold stuck. I cancelled the wrong tile. So we're going to bring him over here. And he's just going to go sideways one. As you can see, it can be very, very effective to leave very, very little material behind. Because we've got a wider chute, we're going to get oxygen throughput a lot better. In fact, we can actually have, let's have Harold come back here, open up that one. Let's give us a little bit better oxygen in Harold's case. Actually, I can even knock out this tile to give us even better oxygen flow. But yeah, we can see Marie is slowly again pulling ahead. Unfortunately, all these have a digging skill of +7, which is fairly high. If they had a lower digging skill, the differences would be much more apparent. But here is Harold. He's cleared out at least twice the amount of material in the same amount of time. Travoldo is slowly falling behind. Mimos Marie's pulling ahead. And then last digging method I want to actually show off is how to strip mine the map. So how to clear out large sections of the map of all the materials for future base building and clearing space to build large projects. So whilst these guys have lunch, I will put in a cut and I'll catch up with you in just a second. The next thing I actually want to show off is how to strip mine large sections of the map, because you will spend a lot of time stripping out large sections of the map. So as you can see, I have a section here that's 3 tiles high, and we're just going to take this element here, and we'll have the duplicates dig that out as fast as they possibly can. As soon as they've done that row, they actually come down here and dig this row, and this row as well. And as you can see, they can quite easily reach every single tile, because a duplicate can reach 4 tiles above where they're standing. But the biggest advantage to this one, just being 3 tiles high, is it means once they've finished digging this row out, they can actually dig out the row above them and have all those materials fall down to where they're currently standing. And then we can even do the same once again. We can dig this out again and have all the materials drop down to where Marie is. This leaves you with no infrastructure left over and potentially all the items stuck here, well, sitting here right at the bottom of the map. The other way you can strip out large portions of the map is from where they're standing. As I said, we can reach 4 tiles high, so we can come along here. The other thing we can also dig is from a ladder's point. We can also dig down 3 tiles. So we can have them dig out this whole section and even up to here without any issue, and they can reach all the way up, all the way down. Obviously, they can do some funny things. They can dig themselves into a corner, whereas in this method, they really can't, because you're doing it strip by strip by strip. So they can dig themselves all the way up here and then have to dig all the way down and find out there isn't a ladder placed down there for them, so they end up digging themselves down to the very, very bottom of the map. So this is something you need to take in consideration with this particular build. But it can be very, very effective at stripping out large parts of the map. On top of that, because you leave the ladder behind, you do have a situation where the duplicates can afterwards be able to access every single tile in here. So any of these duplicates or the next set of duplicates come through and construct things can reach every single tile between the 2 ladders. So these are the 2 or 3 really, really advanced digging techniques. One, making sure that ladders you build are out of the localized material. 2, making, if you want to dig really, really fast, you don't need any infrastructure, go for the serpentine dig method. As said, it's just a matter of sliding the scale up, making sure you have 2 to start with, and then just hitting X on every, diagonally 1, up 1, diagonal 1, up 1, diagonal 1, up 1, to give you that serpentine dig. Or strip things out in a 3 tile, leave a tile for them to stand on, 3 tiles, leave a tile for them to stand on, 3 tiles, and then cut off the area they were standing on afterwards. Or finally, use some ladders. Use the advantage that duplicates can reach 4 tiles up from their ladder, along with 3 tiles down from their ladder to connect to their next ladder. So they're your 3 really advanced digging techniques. They can be very, very helpful for stripping out large parts of the map. I've done all of them in the past. Very, very good for, as they're clearing out large parts of the map. This is probably my preferred method because it does leave that infrastructure behind that I can go back and use to access things in the future. Then again, if I am just stripping a slime biome out, then this is the method I choose. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If it helped you, click the like button. If you're looking forward to more videos like this with more tips and tricks about Oxygen Not Included, by all means, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.